to get started. Good evening. My name is Mark Bennett, and I am more than pleased to welcome you to tonight to celebrate with us the accomplishments of this year's 8th grade class. This class has so much to be proud of. Not only survive this historical year, but to thrive and make gains at the same time is a real reason to celebrate. For the past 15 months, nothing has been the same or normal, but through that we have learned to have greater appreciation of the little things. For coming to school, for in-person classes, all while being masked and 6 feet apart, did not stop the progress. In school 5 days a week, in person all year, is something that the schools around us cannot claim. It comes from the efforts of you, their parents, our staff, students, janitorial staff, and our amazing district nurse to help guide us through all the unknowns and firsts this year. Thank you for sticking with us, your patience, and your support. You have benefited from some extremely flexible and talented teachers this year who kept your needs in mind with everything they created this year for you. How special is that? To the 8th graders tonight, you have been an absolute joy over the past 3 years here at TMS. You have been true leaders. You have participated in clubs, sports, leadership, and have brought life to the classrooms and hallways. You have learned a lot from your teachers and each other. And many of you have grown some amazing bulletin board skills, assisting Mrs. M to write in our hallways. Your help and leadership in the assemblies has set the tone for the future. And I hope that the skills you have learned in your communications class help you as you enter high school. I also hope that as you prepare for your summer, you take time to hang out with your family, take a break from electronics, enjoy the beautiful area that we are so fortunate to live in, and remember to just breathe. This year has shown us to embrace the little things and not take things for granted. But as we all experienced last March 13th, life can change in blink of an eye. Be proud of your accomplishments this year, the lessons you have learned from your peers and teachers, and use this to help you from here, wherever you end up in your high school experience. No matter where, remember you're always a rebel. You take that to heart as you start to forge your own path as to who you want to become. You will change your path many times. You will stumble along the way, but those highs and lows help you to learn patience, perseverance, and grit. When you entered middle school, we asked you to take chances, try new things, and get involved. How'd you do? I hope you check in again when you graduate high school to see if you change your answer at all. Congratulations on completing your 8th grade year, and wishing you each nothing but the very best for the future. Make the most of your summer, and I can't wait to see you back in the fall. Thank you. Next, I'd like to call to the podium Mr. Pete Hedden, our 8th grade science teacher.
Don't worry, I just have some pages of stuff to go through. Now, what we want to do first is recognize that this was a tough year. And we really want to recognize everybody. So we're going to go through it by rap. And when I yell your name, you stand up, okay? You're going to get some cool sunglasses. Let's say 2021. Okay? So, first off, let's go with the Jerome Gnomes. Okay? We got Lucas Roscoe, Bill Brown, Hunter Bean, Noah Cunnington, Kyan DiGrottola, Tylee Herring, Olivia Malley, Liz Mangiarides, Jocelyn Nivas, Elliot Norton, Gabby Thompson, Camila Villanueva, Brody Walker, and Alice Ford. Please give them a big round of applause. Let's see, the next row here is the booth. I can't remember. What's your name? Booth's Buffet. That's right. Trinity Clary, Kylie Friel, Ethan Johnson, Kyle Kimball, Adeline Koskela, Drea Moore, Jordan Robshaw, Awen Schaufler, Lily Souther, Tim Wakefield, Tommy White, and Noah Smith. Please welcome. Bella Brown, Ian Brown, Colin Cole, Autumn Corvo, Riley Hedden, Ella Hawks, Brandon McLean, Megan Millett, Jaden Mitchell, Isaiah Moore, Alexis Seams, Kellen McLaughlin, Kaylee Thorpe, and Wyden Williamson. And then last but not least, head and shoulders above the rest, right? Katie Devaney, Zach Doherty, Angelica Hart, Malin Hastings, Octavia Hooper, Grady Kellogg, Ashton Moody, Brody Morgan, Parker Nellis, Emma Newell, Kaden Smith, Aaron Soto, Emily Tyler, and Bo Sear. So as a reminder, this is a celebration night of you finishing your 8th grade year in 1 year, right? I mean, it's just been crazy. We can't thank you parents enough for all your support and everything you've done. Now I'm going to pass it off to Ms. Casey Jerome to start some ELA awards.
Ian Brown, Gabby Thompson, fully developed, provide evidence and reasoning, rich vocabulary, and voice. The Skillful Writer Award belongs to 3 students who are gifted writers. Olivia Malley, very proud of how they've grown and what they have achieved as a group. These students asked for help, dug deep, made good choices, and blossomed in both reading and writing. Octavia Hoover. Alexa Keane. Alice Ford. And Lisa Reed. I have one last award. It's the Golden Brickers. The Golden Brickers. So in order to earn a golden brick, which is an actual brick, it's painted black, it's real gold. You have to meet or exceed the standards in all vocabulary and spelling tests. So I have 4 names added to the golden brick in my classroom too, so we'll do that tomorrow. They have to learn new words through investigation and finding the right study skill. Many others worked alongside them and accomplished great things as well. But the 4 names that we'll add to the golden brick this year are Lucas Barstow, Lynn Brown, Katie Hayes, and Jasper Knight. Thank you, and now I welcome Mrs. Kimball, your history teacher. I'm also going to award the Andover Book Award. This person, I believe, already knows that she received this award, and that goes to Lily Souther for her amazing
Hi, I'm Mrs. Kimball, and I am giving a couple awards. The first one is for growth and determination. So students that really might not start out the year doing really well, but eventually got an improvement things and really prospered throughout the year learning U.S. history. So those 3 students are Amy Chopler, Golden Sears, and Alexis Smith. And the next award is for excellence, and these students are students that strive for the 4 as the general rule, not the exception, and work really hard to be proud of what they're doing and passing work. They're always on it, ready to go, and waiting for the next challenge. And those students are Ian Brown, Lucas Barstow, Gabby Thompson, and Wade Wakefield. And my next award is a new award this year, and it is the Oregon Trail Guide. So, as some of you may have played the 1989 version of this on your computers, they play the same one. I found it online in a very basic video game that could provide. And this student scored the very highest that I've ever seen for a score, and that is Lucas Barstow. And then my last award goes to someone in history class that is an avid speaker and likes to comment on almost everything. And so for the Historical Commenter Award this year, it goes to Kyle Kimball. And next I'd like to introduce Mr. Booth with his math award.
You ask a question and you hear crickets in the back, and I believe some students have downloaded the cricket sound, which is amusing to me. But there are some students who are willing. They'll raise a hand, they'll be wrong, they'll be right, but they're willing. And that's important in the class when they take those chances. For that, I'd like to recognize Alice Ford. Now, this next three is kind of a progression. Sort of, I have my dedicated learner award, people who make choices that they've decided that they want to learn. They reached for more, they looked for more, they asked deeper questions. They wanted to know what was behind it. And so the Dedicated Learner Award is Octavia Hooper. Very welcome. Now to take that a step further, to be a reacher, to be reaching for that idea, reaching for more, asking, not just asking, trying for that next level. That's what we want. We want people to be not satisfied with a 3. We want them going for a 4. Even when we get past the number scales of school and into life, we want people to excel. And there are several students here that are willing to reach for that next level. I'd like to recognize Kaylee Thorpe. And Grace Yellow. People that learn a skill in the 10 minutes I'm teaching it before we start working on it. They learn that skill, and while they're still learning it, they turn it and work with their friend and they teach it to them. That's a powerful demonstration that they've gotten the idea and they're willing to share, even if they're still struggling a little bit. So I have several awards for the tutor. Taya Bach. Thank you all very much. We're headed to Mr. Hedden, actually.
Okay, I think I'm going to go in reverse order the way I originally wrote them, just to spice it up for myself. I have 3 awards, but one of them is called the Super 2, like super good attitude, like really willing to be there, have fun. And I have 3 students that they did that every time. They show up, they'll work, they'll make questions, they'll have fun, they're always game for a challenge. Usually the challenge piece is the one that really drives it. And that would be Kylie Friel, Will Brown, and then the next category is, I call it the Outstanding Building Award. Due to the nature of this class, we have to build and construct ways for us to collect objective data, and so we do a lot of hands-on work. Some students can build stuff and make things happen, but some can take it even another level further, and they can refine what they've built. Then they take it and they change it a little bit more. I want to make this better. I want to make this work even smoother, whatever it is. And there are 5 of you that did that amazingly well. So instead of taking that failure, that it didn't go the way they wanted, they looked to it as a positive. And those students were Tim Wakefield, when I think about excellence in science, I think about the whole idea of it. I'm talking about asking questions, defining problems, developing and using models, planning and carrying out investigations, analyzing and interpreting data, using mathematics and computational thinking, constructing explanations, designing solutions, engaging in argument from evidence, obtaining and evaluating and communicating information. These are all the pieces of science teaching nerds like to think about. So this is the whole enchilada. And so when I think about these students, they might not do one of them one day, all of it, but as a whole, they really catch it all. And that was Ian Brown, Gabby Thompson, Wade Wakefield, and Telstar Middle. Okay, so I'm going to pass it on to Ms. Russell.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to see people live and not, in their cars and all over the parking lot this year. It's also nice to see a lot of former students here, and of course, the great students. Congratulations to you. I'd like to recognize a few of you before you head off on your new adventures in health education. I'm happy to say that I've got 5 awards for excellence in health education. And these students consistently demonstrated critical thinking skills during some pretty interesting conversations in the classroom. And they applied those health skills and knowledge on assessments. The awards go to Trinity Alaskis, and Gabby Thompson. In the physical education and fitness disciplines, I have 3 awards. The Spirit of the Game Award is meant for students who participate in the activities as they are meant to be played, with enthusiasm, fairness, cooperation, and safety. Great, a lot. Thank you. The future fitness guru. I truly enjoyed conversations with this student for his willingness to share his knowledge as well as his practice of fitness concepts. Thank you, Paka. The natural. Some students just have that way about them, where they can do everything that we're doing in physical education with these. In this case, that person is right ahead. Finally, I have a couple of students who earned the Trifecta Award because they demonstrated excellence in all aspects of the TMS Health and Physical Education program, being health, physical education, and the fitness concepts and skills. So congratulations to Angelica Hart. Thank you, everybody. Best wishes to you all, and remember, exercise builds brain cells. Next up is Mrs. Prescott.
Okay, before I go, I would just like to put a shout out to Ms. Russell, who is retiring this year after working here since 1987. So I have a few awards to give out tonight. I have a group of Excellence in Art Awards, and these awards recognize students who consistently exceed the standards of craftsmanship, creativity, persistence, and positive interpersonal skills. We work on a lot of different standards in my class, but those 4 standards are present in nearly every project that we do, and these students shine in all of these areas. They consistently use feedback to challenge themselves to improve, and they also still hold on to their own personal style and artistic voice. And really, these students have brought a lot of joy to a very difficult year, and it's been a pleasure having them in class. And I just ask that you hold your applause until I read all the names, and then we can vote for them. These awards go to Taya Buck, Noah Cunnington, Kylie Friel, Angelica Hart, Olivia Malley, Emma Newell, Megan Millett, Brody Morgan, Aylin Schockler, Alexis Seams, Gabby Thompson, Haley Thorpe, and Tim Wakefield. I have a few more recognitions that I'd like to make. These do not have certificates because you guys have been recognized in other ways for this, but we did recently have a paper airplane contest in my class, and the student who won for most accurate, the closest to the target, was Gabby Thompson. Congratulations. And earlier this year, BAM held a contest that was a graffiti and word art challenge, and the theme was words that bring us together. And these students all entered this contest, and I'd like to recognize them just for entering first. So if you would please stand, and again, hold your applause. Emma Newell, Aylin Schockler, Gabby Thompson, Tim Wakefield, Noah Cunnington, Jordan Robshaw, and Alexis Seams. And moreover, among this group, both Tim Wakefield and Noah Cunnington earned honorable mentions in the contest. Jordan won third place, and Alexis won first. Congratulations. And now I'm going to pass on to our music teacher, Mr. Alvin.
All right, before I get started, I'd just like to apologize. As I hear other people read out their awards, I realize they're keeping it really succinct. But I started to write stuff about these kids and realized I couldn't stop saying nice things. So, in first trimester, Taya Buck was enrolled in exploring music. As part of her goal for the trimester, Taya wanted to learn the drum part for the song Heart-Shaped Box by Nirvana. I found the music for the song, explained how it was written out, gave her a few pointers for how to approach practicing it, and left her to it. Within 3 classes, Taya had nailed down the drum groove for the verse and had begun to work on the chorus section of the song. Right away, it was really clear that Taya was going to be one of those kids that you have to sprint to keep up with, and you just wish for once that you'd be lazy so that you can catch up with them. But it never seems to happen. For her genius project this year, Taya decided to learn how to play the guitar, and it was pretty much the same story. In short, Taya has a masterful grasp on how to teach herself. I noticed in the yearbook that Taya said that she'd like to be a musician after high school. Taya, if you want it, it is there for you to take it. You just have to never stop being you. So Taya is winning the Style and Substance Award for being and sounding super cool all year. Tim Wakefield started out the year as a guitarist. He brought in his own guitar, which had an issue with one of the pickups. It made this kind of buzzing sound whenever it was plugged into an amp. Even through the buzzing of that amp, it was pretty obvious that Tim was going to be an exceptional guitarist. One new guitar and 3 trimesters later, Tim is an exceptional guitarist. He has the skill sets to learn just about any classic rock tune that he'd want to learn on the guitar. In addition to guitar, Tim has also become a proficient keyboard player. Whatever it is that Tim decides to do with his life, I know he'll be great at it because Tim knows how to learn and how to teach himself. So Tim is receiving the Lead Fingertips Award for all of the hours that he has put into As a bassist, you are the gravity that holds a band together. It is a huge and non-glamorous responsibility. My 8th grade chorus She was completely in charge behind the bass, no matter what song we were working on. Even finger-destroying beastly bass lines like Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, you know, the boom, 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 yeah, was no problem for Alexis Seams at all. She learns music very quickly, knows how to ask the important questions, and understands how to practice. Alexis, I hope you keep playing the bass because you got it down. Alexis. Then you're probably familiar with an animal. Just a little bit of trivia. Animal is based on Keith Moon from The Who. He's a wild man who shreds on the drum kit. You guys, I had animal in my classes this year. As a matter of fact, I had it in 3 classes this Friday. Does any 8th grade student want to just throw out a guess about what we're talking about? Yes, we're all on the same page. It's Kyle Kimball. Kyle speaks the drum kit like it's his first language. Drum grooves, fills, and transitions come out of him with startling ease. Over the course of our drum lessons, he devoured drum grooves, digested them, and then turned them into his own vocabulary. If you've ever been in a class with Kyle, you know that he is a born entertainer. Kyle, you did not make teaching easy, but you made it really, really fun, and I'm going to miss having you in class. Kyle gets the Mr. Albury didn't have gray hairs before the beginning of this year. Up next, brief change to the program is our school librarian, Kelly Fraser, for some top reader awards.
Reading for pleasure has benefits beyond strengthening brains and building vocabulary. Reading reduces stress, alleviates depression, and even increases our capacity for empathy. Middle school students who read for pleasure are oftentimes our best students for these very reasons. And if you have a habit of reading before bed, research shows you sleep better. And if that's not enough, it increases your lifespan. This 8th grade class has many readers with a wide range of interests. The 2 readers who stand out have earned the distinction of top reader. They will receive a book, because you can never have enough, and a certificate, as well as all the benefits I just mentioned. These amazing students love to read. They are Gabby Thompson and Lucas Barstow. And now some words to our wonderful volunteers by Mr. Kenny and Mrs.
Oh. Anyone who knows anything about public school knows it does take more than just the staff. It takes lots of volunteers and behind the scenes work that goes on to make everything special about school. We are beyond blessed here to have an amazing PTA. This group, small in numbers in person, mighty in numbers beyond that, do so many things for our kids, even this year. And they did it all without trying to ask for any money or limited money without fundraising, because they knew that this year wasn't the year to even attempt it. But they still found ways to keep Muffin Day going, to help with events around school, Teacher Appreciation Day, and all the little things that make school special. They make our middle school even better. This year we have 3 of our outgoing officers graduating, leaving us, moving on up, but they're going to continue into the high school, we promised. So we're looking for recruiting for middle school and continuation into high school. So I'd like to recognize these 3 graduating moms for all their efforts, and at the end of the evening, please come up and get a flower bouquet to take home. Live report to Nywood. Marcy Winslow, Heather Kellogg, and Jamie Hayes for everything. Next, Mrs. Lecce.
And I'll just add to those PTA meetings, they're a lot of fun. Actually, I would like to invite some of our student leaders to come on down. And so that would be Megan, Riley, Lucas, and Gabby. It's your turn.
We cannot express enough gratitude for how thankful we are, from all the stuffing she has done for us, to how we can tell that she cares about us. She always has a smile on her face, even though we can't always see it. She is always helping the students if they need a water bottle or something in the office without batting an eye. Always helping students to the best of her ability to see us succeed in our own ways. Always being positive and seeing the good in everyone. She has been a great secretary sub by making everyone in the school feel welcome, helping the students find where they are going after school and what bus to go on. She donates a lot to not only help our school but also our community. One example would be helping to get the girls' basketball team jackets. She helps students with their school projects, helps them plan their school dances, helps with after-school activities such as dodgeball, as the dodgeball tournament, and drama leadership. She always supports all of the sports teams. For a short while, even with a rap teacher, some of the students enjoy. Many students have even said that they enjoy talking with her and know that talking with her can make a bad day better.
Without these small acts of kindness, TMS wouldn't run as smoothly and have as much kindness, which is why as our last class of 8th graders, we would like to thank Mrs. Cosmino for all that she has done for us.
She didn't. All right. Well, thank you, Mrs. Cosmino.
Thank you to our student leaders. Excellent job.
And now it's my turn. This is never a problem for me. This is really loud. I think, can you hear me just fine? Okay, we're good. So I'm Lindsay Lecce, the Dean of Students at the middle school. And this year's 8th graders will always have a special place in my heart because they broke me in as the Dean of Students. Some of you gave me a run for my money for sure. As 6th graders, and I'm so proud of how all of them have progressed and grown, made mistakes, recovered from those mistakes. Together, we navigated the World Wide Web of social media and all the tricky things that are out there. This class pioneered talking circles, taking the lead during STAR assemblies, and showed me just how much 11-year-olds grow, not just by the high waters of their pants. How much they learn, how much they give, and hopefully how much they will take with them when they leave TMS. This is a special school, one that I'm incredibly proud to call my home away from home. Yes, I do go home. In large part because of the students that we are celebrating today. The other parts are in thanks to you as their caregivers and to our dynamic team of teachers. So thank you all here at TMS. round of applause, please. Of awarding a Dean's Award. Some of us don't like surprises. I would have to say, when I met this year's recipient way back in August of 2018, she seemed even more unsure than I was that change was going to be a good thing. Neither one of us likes to really have our cheese moved too much. Creatures of habit, we are. She was new to the district, entering middle school, and established herself as a good kid who didn't necessarily want to make any waves. Mr. Kenny and I both believe that the best middle school experience is one in which a student stretches themselves beyond their comfort zone, takes risks, and might even make a few missteps along the way. I've asked Gabby Thompson to stand beside me while I talk about this year's recipient, because being up here in front of a crowd is probably the least likely place I would have thought to find her way back in 2018. And yet, here she's been all year. Stepping up, stepping out, stretching, leading, and being an exemplar of what I hope our middle school experience can be for every student. Gabby, it's been a pleasure watching you try new things, find your voice as a leader. Thank you for being my wingman on so many occasions this year. She can sell candy, she can create awards, and she can give a speech with about 3 minutes notice, like a pro. I'm honored to send you up to high school, knowing that I can count on you to continue to make positive contributions to our school community. So thank you for being here. And now you can go. And now I'm going to Mr. Penny for Principal's Award.
This class made this year particularly difficult in trying to select just one student to be named recipient of the Principal's Award. This is a great problem to have at the same time. When I sat down to really think about this award and who to go to, and if they would fit the following criteria: a leader in their class, someone who has grown physically and academically from 6th grade to 8th grade, a student who's a good person. And to give you an idea of these qualities, this student fits all of the criteria above and then some, but not always in the way you think possible. They've been a very quiet leader to lead by example. They've worked hard in their classes. It was not always easy, but they're not afraid of challenge and generally want to learn. They are a friend to all they encounter, someone who classmates would describe as reliable and trustworthy. These are great qualities for an individual to be. When they entered 6th grade, they were wide-eyed and nervous, but not as nervous as their parents. Coming to middle school can be intimidating, to say the least, but being open to changes and new experiences is key to success. I honestly believe that this is why this student has been able to be so successful. I genuinely look forward to him coming to high school next year and bringing his skills and good nature with him. He's the type of student that would want to fill our hallways and classes with and teachers love to work with. So I want to say thank you to this year's 2021 Principal's Award winner for all you brought to our school, Mr. Tim Wakefield. Next, I have the honor of recognizing our 8th graders who achieved Presidential Academic Achievement Awards this year, which means they have an overall final GPA in 8th grade of 3.1 to 3.4. If you'd all please stand and recognize, and we'll applaud at the end. Will Brown, Kaya Buck, Kylie Creel, Octavia Hooper, Kyle Kimball, Tim Wakefield, Katie Devaney, Riley Hedden, Brody Morgan, Emma Newell, Lily Southern, Wiley Williamson, Trinity Lansky, Pine DiCatola, Alice Ford, Malin Hastings, Megan Miller, Parker Nellis, Bella Brown, Grady Kellogg, Olivia Malley, and Brody Walker. Congratulations, Bella. And now I'd like to have students who are receiving the Presidential Academic Excellence Award earning an overall GPA of 3.5 or higher in their 8th grade year. Angelica Hart, Gabby Thompson, Jocelyn Levis, Ella Hawks, Ian Brown, and Lucas Barstow. Well done. And next, I'd like to invite up to the podium from Mount Island Post 81, Mr. Scott Cole.
Good evening. My name is Scott Cole. I'm the commander of Post 81 here in Bethel, Mount Island. It's a privilege to be here. I'm going to present the American Legion Certificate of School Award to the following individuals: Riley Hedden and Katie Devaney. Please stand. This certificate of distinguished achievement is awarded to the individual's name in recognition of their attainment acquired as winner of the American Legion School Award, in further recognition of the possession of those high qualities of courage, honor, leadership, patriotism, scholarship, and service, which are necessary to the preservation and protection of the fundamental institutions of our government and the advancement of society. Congratulations. Thank you. Come on up, folks.
Up next, we have the Secretary of State Citizenship Award. In her 3 years at Telstar Middle School, the Secretary of State Award recipient has served and represented our school in many positive and different ways. Her 7 Peaks project for 8th grade was one that was chosen with truest interest and excitement to help make something really helpful and usable. She essentially came up with an idea to get Telstar's electricity usage to 100% solar. This has required research, working with building administrators and teachers, and processing data on the current usage. Her ability to stick with this project has been inevitable, as it will take time to complete. She's well on her way to helping our building become completely solar powered. She uses her high-level thinking skills and strives to hand in her very best. She's been an active member in communications class and has helped with our monthly STAR assemblies, even when she didn't want to. For these and other reasons, we are pleased to present the Secretary of State's 8th grade Citizenship Award for 2021 to Camila Villanueva. She has taken important steps forward, and we're confident that she will continue to achieve great things in the years ahead. Congratulations, Camila.
for the top academic student award, we do have a unique award for this year, and it is our Super Remote Rebel Award. So as we all know, this year was weird, and being a remote student for the entire year had its hurdles. This student always showed up and participated. She put her best effort forward and really excelled. Ella Hobbs, thank you for your hard work. So Ella, your award will be in your bag at the end. You're welcome. And then we wanted to mention the New England League of Middle Schools had 2 Scholar Awards this year, and they were honored at a Zoom dinner award ceremony, and that was Emma Moole and Brendan Lee. All right, and now on to the top academic awards. So often when reviewing grades for final averages, there are several in contention, sometimes by only a tenth of a percentage. This year, not only did we have a close race all the way to the finish, which is a great problem to have, but these students were exceeding standards for all the right reasons. They're curious, love a challenge, and seek deeper understanding no matter the topic. Our top academic students are fun students who dedicate a great deal of time and effort to their learning. They also have a reputation among their peers as being gracious tutors whenever anyone needs help. But not only this, but their talent and dedication have reached beyond the 4 subjects typically associated with an academic award. These top academic students are all participants in leadership, participants in band, have artistic minds, and oftentimes seen on the field at Telstar displaying their athleticism. Congratulations and thank you for your hard work. And that top academic award goes to Lucas Barstow. Ian Brown. And Dr. Miles.
Okay, so I'm giving out the Respect Award. Respect is the due regard one pays to others' feelings, wishes, rights, or traditions. It includes polite greetings, acting in a way that shows consideration for others and in return earns admiration. The 8th grade team has chosen 2 students to emulate this definition of respect. Please and thank you are automatic responses. Listening is another one of your strengths. When they listen, they really give their peers and teachers their full attention and show that they care about what's being said. These 2 individuals handle frustration and even chaos with grace and composure. They both have positive attitudes that spill into their academics, social circles, and serve them well as they set a fine example in our school. This year's 8th grade Respect Awards go to Angelica Hart, and Ian Brown.
So in case people don't know, the RAP stands for respect, accept, persevere, right? So now we're on to the A, accept. you will accept the award. So that means come on, okay? Acceptance is the act of tolerating differences, being willing to handle difficult situations and take on challenges. This year, the 8th grade team has selected 2 individuals for their consistent demonstration of acceptance. As their teachers, we rely on and appreciate their willingness and ability to work with anyone. They also are known within their peer groups for being fair and kind to all, oftentimes going above and beyond with their thoughtfulness. She makes sure that certain individuals feel appreciated and accepted in our community. He's comfortable in his own skin and makes others feel that way too. They don't judge their peers. They simply accept them for who they are. We are happy to present the 8th grade acceptance to Taya Bach and Noah Thompson.
I have the honor of presenting the Perseverance Award. Perseverance is the steady persistence in a course of action or purpose, especially in spite of difficulties, obstacles, or discouragement. These 2 8th grade students have exemplified this quality throughout the school year and their middle school careers. Even when times get tough, the learning gets challenging, or life interrupts, these 2 students personify what it means to put forth their best effort and keep moving forward. While they may have struggled at times, neither has made any excuses. Instead, they have dug deep, focused on demonstrating all that they are capable of. Each of these students has much to hold their head high about for this year. The 8th grade Perseverance Awards go to Kylie Friel and Grady Keller. All right, I have one last thing I'd like to do. If you're an 8th grader in this room, I'd like you to stand up. Let's give them all one last big hand. That is going to close our program for this evening. We thank you for taking the time to be here and celebrate what we have going on in the school and in this community. No one can wrap leave yet. We have bags with all the awards and some reading stuff for the summer and whatnot. So stay where you are at least until you get your bag. But other than that, we're done. We can move on. Thank you very much.